Now, when you think of sex, what comes to mind first? Is it the thought of being stimulated and aroused by a variety of activities like kissing, sucking, or licking? Or do you think about penetration and orgasms? Now, regardless of what you think about first, did you know that all of these types of activities are phases of the sexual response cycle? Now, our sexual response cycle is the changes that happen in our bodies when we are sexually aroused and engaged in activities that are sexually stimulating. Now, y'all know, I love some science. Yes, I do. My favorite subject. And there is some serious sexy science behind this. Now, what up, family? Welcome to Wildcard Wednesday. I am Davina, the relationship guru. This is where we shake things up, spill the real, and take a deep dive into everything love, sex, and romance. No filters, no fluff, just straight up truth and insight. Now, you never know what's coming up next, so stay tuned every Wednesday. Now, listen, I have some sexy scientific information you don't want to miss. So let's get into that now. Okay, I'm going to lay the groundwork just a little bit. So, sexual stimulation often begins with desire or an interest in sexual activity, right? So, a person's desire can be heightened by their hormones, by words, by gestures, or even just by thinking about that person. And here's the important thing, one of the gifts that we have is that we can even be aroused by our senses. Yes, sir, I said our senses. That means, and that includes the things that we see, the things that we smell, the things that we hear, the things that we taste, and the things that we touch. So you definitely want to use all of your senses to add to your experience. So, having said that, what are the four phases of the sexual response cycle? Now, first, there is arousal or excitement. Now, activities in this phase can include, but are not limited to, kissing, touching, oral, and anal play. Now, in this phase, the heart rate increases, genitalia becomes hardened or erect, such things as your nipples or your clitoris or your penis, and the vaginal walls begin to lubricate, right? So the next phase is the plateau. Now, in this phase, sexual arousal increases as well as sexual pleasure. Signs of this phase include rapid heart rate and a variation of short and long breaths, or deep breaths and shorter breaths. Now, in this phase, a penis may release fluid, or what is known as precum, and the clitoris may become extremely sensitive. Now, after that, next is what you've been waiting for. Next in line is the one that you have been waiting for, orgasm. This phase is the end of the plateau phase. Now, this phase is commonly associated with ejaculation from a penis, or you may sense muscle contractions or spasms that are involuntary. Now, the orgasmic phase is also associated with increased vaginal lubrication. Now, this sensation is described as intense sexual pleasure. However, each orgasm may vary in ways in which they are achieved or experienced. So keep that in mind. Now, this last part is important, and it is the resolution or the afterglow. So, in this phase, the body recovers from sexual stimulation. The muscles relax, blood pressure goes down, heart rate is restored, and breathing returns to its normal pattern. This phase is also the time that the body needs before starting the cycle all over again. This time period is also called the refractory period. Okay, so there is science behind it, right? So now that we have this information, here are some things to consider. According to the sexual response cycle, excitement and resolution, so either the first and the last phases, are the longest phases. The excitement and resolution phase lasts from minutes to hours. Orgasm is the shortest, lasting only a few seconds to a minute. Now, listen, listeners. This is the point that sexual stimulation during the arousal or excitement phase is actually one of the most important phases in the cycle. So, this point that I'm trying to make here is that the other phases are shorter. The excitement phase, the arousal phase, is the most important and it is the longest. Why did I bring that point forward? So consider taking your time to enjoy the experiences and activities that occur during the arousal phase. Now, this can be a time of connection, it can be a time of sexual exploration, it can be a time of liberation. It is a time to either spice things up or slow things down. Whatever you decide, don't rush through it. Enjoy it. So I told y'all, sexuality is some serious, sexy science stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. And please show me some love by sharing this with someone. And then go ahead and hit all of the bells and buttons to like, subscribe, and for notifications, so you don't miss the next opportunity to join us for Wildcard Wednesday. So stay locked in, and until next time, ciao for now.